Hey guys, this is Nick and I'm back again today for another video. Let me back up a little bit. And what I'm doing today is my perfume / cologne collection. So starting off this video, this is probably my 4th time remaking this video. Every time I do it, it's either way too zoomed in. I was sick there for a week. So I tried it as I was getting sick, and then I tried it again, and it has just been a catastrophe. But nonetheless, I'm back again, and here I am. So starting off this video, I have to say that I love fragrances. Now, I don't necessarily have the biggest collection per se, but I do feel like I have a very nice variety, and I also have plenty of room to grow. Throughout my collection, there's definitely been lots of changes, lots of different bases, as I bought them, what I'm really feeling. I'm one of those people that I like the idea of a signature scent, but I like to change it as the day goes, depending on where I'm going, what I'm doing, things along those lines. Also, I want to start off this video with saying I am by no means, I mean any means, an expert on any type of fragrance, about knowing notes, being able to actually analyze fragrances. The best of my ability is it smells good, it smells bad, it smells like this, it smells like that. I did write down all the notes from all the different fragrances I have, so hopefully that'll help. So if there's something to hear and you know what you're really talking about better than me, you can maybe, if you know what notes you're really drawn to, it can help you decide if a fragrance will be good for you. So, with that being said, also, sorry, I'm looking over here because this is where I'm keeping all of them right now. I am, sorry, brain fart, I'm going to be doing all the fragrances, not necessarily in order of when I got them, but I will mention certain, if I remember when I got them, will be my first, but I will try and group these according to brand. So, yeah. Last thing is, if you want to see how I store these, depending on if this video comes out or my next video, the video I'm talking about is my closet tour, you'll be able to see how I store these when I'm at home, and kind of my little display for that. So, with all those disclaimers, all this talking about, we're probably like 40 minutes in. Let's begin. So, the first fragrance I would like to talk about is Jean Paul Gaultier. So it comes in this little bottle. It's a little man, and this is a very, not popular, but it's a known fragrance. I'm still a little sick, so my sniffer isn't exactly the best. I'm just going to spray that a little bit. But this fragrance, I purchased this last March when I was on a cruise, and I've always just liked the bottle of this. I really have a thing for really cool bottles. But, it isn't necessarily my favorite. It's a little too sweet for me. I'm starting to get into it a little bit more and more, but it's not something I necessarily always gravitate towards. So the top notes of this are mint, amnesia, cardamom, bergamot, and then the heart notes are lavender, orange blossom, cinnamon, and then also there's sandalwood, vanilla, cedar, tonka bean, and amber in this. So it has a lot going on. It's a very sweet fragrance to me. It's not something, it's a good thing. When I'm feeling this way, it's a good fragrance. I don't really have a lot to say about this because it's just not something I totally gravitate towards, but nonetheless, that's, oops, Jean Paul Gaultier. The next fragrance is one of my, not all-time favorites, but I really do enjoy this fragrance, and it's Givenchy Play. I wanted this fragrance ever since Justin Timberlake was the spokesperson, per se, for this fragrance. Let me actually bring you down a little bit. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Yeah, so I just love this fragrance. The notes are bergamot, tangerine, pink pepper, vetiver, I don't know how to pronounce that or any of these words per se, but it's spelled V-E-T-I-V-E-R, tonka bean, and patchouli. Now, this fragrance, it's just a beautiful fragrance on me. It's more on the sweeter side of things, but it has a very nice depth to it, at least for me, and it kind of changes, not drastically, but it kind of has different plays throughout the day. This does last fairly well on me. I really do like the staying power on this. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I've gone through about this much of it, and I've only had it for a few months, so that really speaks about this fragrance. So this is definitely something I would recommend for someone to try out. If you want to give it as a present, if you know they like the sweeter things and it's not a totally fresh fragrance, like citrusy and things, but if you know they like that, I would say this is a really good safe bet. So that's Givenchy Play. Alright, the next one is probably my second, like my second place all-time favorite, almost want to be buried in it fragrance, and it is Bleu de Chanel. This one, most of you will be able to know, or have smelt it. I actually bought this a million years ago, right when it came out, just because I always wanted a Chanel fragrance. Not because anyone in my family ever really wore it, I just wanted something, and this is just perfect. So I was really young when I bought this, and I always thought it was way too big for me, like too much of a grown-up fragrance for me, but definitely as I've gotten older, this has just been perfect. It is the perfect dress up, dress down, just like you're talking about shoes or something. You can wear this for any situation. Formal, it's good. For everyday use, it's good. I just think it's a beautiful fragrance. I know it's very popular. It's a basic bitch fragrance at this point, but it is a beautiful fragrance, and if you're looking for something to give someone, this would definitely be it. I think anyone would really like this fragrance. So the notes on here are bergamot, mandarin, citron zest, Jamaican pepper, vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, cedarwood, and tonka bean. As you can see, there's a lot of similarities to a lot of my fragrances that I really like, which was really interesting to me when I was doing this, which really helped me in knowing what exactly I really like. So this one, it does have a freshness to it, but it has a really deepness, a sweetness, a powdery scent to it, like a baby powder, at least to me. That's the best I can describe it. So yeah, that is Bleu de Chanel. Alright, the next one is also from Chanel, and it is Allure Homme Eau de Toilette, which I believe for the most part all these are Eau de Toilettes, because mostly when I was buying all these, up until a few months ago, I really didn't notice that there was a difference between Eau de Toilette and Parfum. Or I knew there was a difference between the two, but I never knew that they came differently. I would always just see like Eau de Toilette in department stores and places I was buying these, so it made a really big difference. So just prefacing that now. So this one I bought, just smelling it a million years ago. I actually bought it at the same time as a couple of other fragrances, and this is one of the, oh, I'm sorry. This is actually my third bottle of Bleu de Chanel. I love this thing. I go through it all the time. Just, sorry, I forgot to say that. This is like one of the fragrances that I've only gone through one bottle of it, and I've had it forever. It is a beautiful fragrance. It is fresh. It does have similarities to Bleu de Chanel in that powdery, like, I believe it's like the Chanel signature, like, scent to it. The notes are bergamot, mandarin, citron zest, Jamaican pepper, vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, cedarwood, tonka beans. Oh, I am so sorry. I messed up. My bad. I am so sorry. This, oh my god. I should really start this over, but I'm not. So, Bleu de Chanel, the notes for this are, pink peppercorn, citrus, peppermint, nutmeg, vetiver, grapefruit, cedar, labrador, jasmine, intense, patchouli, ginger, and sandalwood. Sorry about that, but this fragrance, I have a love-hate with it. I really do love it when I wear it, but I just never gravitate towards it. I don't know why. So I just really need to get over it. As you can see, I have gone through quite a bit of it. It is almost in time of repurchasing, and I don't know if I will repurchase this, or if maybe I'll find a different fragrance that I like a little better. But this one It has really good staying power. It's okay. The packaging is definitely different than the Bleu de Chanel. It's just your stereotypical things, no magnet on top. It's just very basic. So there is that one. Alright, the next one I have is a fragrance that I really wanted for a long time, but I never bit the bullet on it. Because I was like, oh, I don't know when I want it, when a gift set, or what I really want with it. But nonetheless, I was able to get a really good deal. And this is one of the only fragrances, like I think one of two in my collection that is 1.7 fluid ounce. Most of them are 3.4. I just would rather get the bigger bottle for a little bit more money. But, sorry, the fragrance I'm talking about is 1 Million by Paco Rabanne. This one is kind of a legendary fragrance too. It's really sweet. It isn't something that I would necessarily always gravitate towards, but I've gone through over half, so like that much of the bottle. So I'm definitely going to have to repurchase this probably sometime next year. It is a beautiful fragrance. It's something that you would have to definitely smell yourself. Sorry, I feel like that's reflected into you. It's not something I would recommend giving someone unless you know they love the fragrance or they like things very, very similar to it. With that being said, the notes are grapefruit, mint, blood orange, rose, cinnamon, spice notes, blonde leather, white woods, amber, and patchouli. It it has a definite sweetness to it. It is definitely still on the masculine side of things, but it's something you need to experience, I would say. So sorry that's not too much help on this one, but that's Paco Rabanne 1 Million. So while we're talking about Paco Rabanne, I also have Invictus by them. Now this fragrance, I always loved the bottle. I thought it was so cool and I was just going to buy it for the bottle. I know, first world problems. And I never really liked the scent of it. It just had something that was just, I don't know, rubbing me the wrong way a little bit. But as you can see, I've had this for a few months now. It doesn't look like it, but I've gone through so much of this. I use this I don't know where exactly it cut off, but yeah, so the notes for this bad boy are grapefruit, mandarin, mandarin accord, mandarin, bay leaf, jasmine, cedarwood, oak moss, patchouli, and ambergris. So, I don't know, I love this fragrance. So, moving on, sorry, I'm going to another one of my all-time favorites for, like, definitely fresh fragrance. It is Versace Fresh, and it comes in this bottle. It is, I don't know if it's necessarily a super popular fragrance, but oh my god, I would buy this for anyone. It is just such a great, universal, light, fresh, happy fragrance that you can wear year-round, but I definitely am soaked in this in the summer and spring and like warmer times, but I still wear it in the winter. I just love this fragrance. I can't rave about it enough. It is just it is on the masculine side, and it just has so much complexity to it as you smell it. I mean, it's not like all over the place, but the more you smell it, the more things you smell in it. So just reading off the notes, it is lemon, rosewood, cardamom, cedar leaves, tarragon, sage, musk, amber, sycamore wood. Now, hearing all those, I personally don't see where a lot of those come in, but they're obviously in there, and it is just such a happy fragrance. It is just awesome. And also, just saying this, I'm kind of with shout out to Eva in the City on, I think fragrances are something that are definitely universal. I think they're something that anyone can wear. It just really depends on your mood and what you feel accentuates yourself. Me personally, I love fragrance because, first of all, I was always brought up, you don't want to be this little smelly kid in school and be known as that, so I have a little bit of a fear of just smelling bad, but I just think it's something that can make a person elevate themselves even more and have just a bat of confidence and comfort that really don't come naturally to a lot of people, or it's something guaranteed. So with that little public service announcement, I'll move on to my next one, which is also Versace, and that is Versace Eros. So this one is vastly approaching the likes of Bleu de Chanel, at least in my eyes. I love this. I don't know. I recently got it, like, within the year, and I've used about that much of it. So, it's been quite a bit. This one, it has, oh my god, it is definitely a really, really masculine scent. It is deep, dark, sultry, not super sweet, but it has a little to it, if that makes any sense. But it's definitely on the lighter side. It is definitely, I would say, a love child between probably this one, and my Bleu de Chanel. It is a very happy medium between all three of them. So, I don't know if that makes any sense to you, but if you have those three fragrances, I would say it really just... I would buy this for someone because I feel like a lot of people, or men especially, would like this. It's not something super macho, and that's something that at least I'm like. I don't like super macho fragrances that are like all up in your face, that are just unbearable. But it is just a really happy medium, and it comes in this beautiful bottle with the Versace sign on top, the Versace head on that, and this beautiful intricate design. I think this is definitely one of the most beautiful bottles I have. So the notes on this one are mint, grain apple, lemon, tonka bean, geranium, ambrosia, vanilla, vetiver, oak moss, and cedar. So it has a lot going on for it, but I think it all blends together into a beautiful middle ground fragrance. Okay, so the next one I have is from the House of Prada, and it's the only Prada fragrance I have. I always wanted one just because I always thought they came with the best gift sets, but I never really liked their fragrance until I found this. So this is Prada Luna Rossa. This is... Hold on, let me spray this on myself. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm still a little stuffy, so it's not... My sniffer isn't working the best it should be, but if I don't film this video now, I never will. So, the notes in here are lavender, orange, sage, spearmint, ambrosia, and amberette. This one is a beautiful fragrance. I definitely think it's a unique one. Something that I don't think everyone would necessarily like, so I wouldn't recommend just going out and buying this for someone. It's definitely something you need to smell and experience for yourself. For me, it took me several times of smelling it and wearing it to really get into it and like it. And I use this all the time. I've used about this much, and I've only had it for about a year, which I have a lot of fragrances, and so it does take me quite a bit to go through it, although when I do spray it on me, I go 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5 on me, so 5 sprays throughout. And then lately I've been doing 1 on that and then tapping it together, which I heard you're not supposed to do, but I still end up doing it, unfortunately. But I love the scent of lavender. It is like my all-time favorite scent. But I don't really feel that in this. Like, it doesn't really hit me in the face like, oh, it's lavender. But it is just a really unique, fresher-ish scent. And definitely a good try. Alright. The next one I have is from the House of Dolce & Gabbana. And it is Dolce & Gabbana The One. Now, this one I bought a million years ago along with my Chanel Allure. And this one, as you can see, I've used quite a bit of it. It is a really masculine, just really sweet fragrance. With doing all these videos lately, I've really been getting back into this. I like the smell of it, but when it's on me, it just kind of develops too sweet for my own personal liking, and I think it's definitely too much of a mature scent. I think if you were in a suit, if you were going to a meeting, if you were going to a gala or something, this would be perfect, but for my life and what I do and what I need from a fragrance, this doesn't really do it for me. So I'm definitely happy I have it. It's definitely a good option for me, but I probably would never repurchase this. It just isn't my thing. It isn't perfect. So just reading off the notes, it's grapefruit, coriander, basil, cardamom, ginger, orange blossom, cedarwood, ambergris, and tobacco. So it has a lot to it. I don't know exactly what it is that, it just isn't my favorite out of my collection. So that's probably it. If I only had a few, this probably would be used all the time. So maybe that's just a me issue, but just voicing that out. The next one I have is a fragrance that I absolutely love. I'm obsessed with. And I'm one of those people that go from either liking it really deep and sweet or really fresh. And then lately it's been middle fragrances have really been doing it for me. But on the other extreme of being light, I have no other than Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. This one is just such a wonderful fragrance. This is another one I would recommend to someone to go and try, but you could easily buy this for someone and I think they would really enjoy it. Now buying this, I always wanted Giorgio Armani Acqua di... what is it? Acqua di Giorgio? Yeah, Acqua di Giorgio. But I didn't see a need for having both of these, so this one was on sale. I don't remember where, probably Macy's or something. And I decided to get it and try this one. And I would definitely repurchase this. I definitely want to try Giorgio Armani's version. Well, I wouldn't say it's a version, but I think they're two very similar fragrances. So I definitely would be interested in trying that. But this one is just such a great fragrance. It lasts forever on me, at least. It stays fresh. It may not say it's potent, but if I just go and smell myself, I still smell it. So it is a great fragrance like that. The notes in here are mandarin, grapefruit, bergamot, juniper, rosemary, Szechuan pepper, rosewood, wood, intense, and oak moss. So it has a lot of different plays to it, and I think it has that deep sultriness to it, but it's also light and fresh. So that's another one. Alright, so the next one I have is kind of the redheaded stepchild of my fragrance collection. This one kind of has a story to it. I was at Ross, and I was looking for, artwork there, because I think they really have nice artwork there, like posters and paintings and things. So I was walking around, and I saw a fragrance cart, and I saw this little bad boy. So it was a Burberry Torch. I thought it was a bigger bottle when I purchased it, because it was only $20, and I was like, oh my god, a Burberry fragrance for $20, let alone I didn't know what this smelled like, so my ghetto ass walked across the parking lot over to Ulta, and they had it, and so I sprayed it on, I smelled it, I was like, ooh, that's not bad. Keyword, not bad. And I went over, bought it, and happy as could be. So, this fragrance, I think I've only sprayed it twice. It's not a bad fragrance. And also with smelling these over and over again for these million different videos, I've really grown a liking to this. I think I've only worn this once or twice, but it is just such a unique fragrance. I think what my problem is, it's way too powdery for me, or at least that's what I thought, but smelling it now, it doesn't do that for me, so I don't know what's going on. But notes on here are violet, mandarin, pepper, virgin wood, oak moss, vetiver, moss, and tonka beans. So it had several of the things I really like in it, but I just haven't gotten around to using it. So I'm definitely going to hold myself accountable. I'm definitely going to start using this fragrance more. So that is Burberry Torch, just bringing you down, because I don't know, I'm bringing you up and down. Alright, that's page 1 done. Now I have quite a few more, so stay with me. I'm sorry, you could definitely fast forward, I know. So the next one I have is from the House of Dior, and I have 2 fragrances from them. So I don't know why my phone is, or not my phone, my camera keeps on giving out on me. It must be because I'm talking too much. But this fragrance is, it just would start to develop really nasty on me, like just a really powdery not skunky, it was just a really not skanky, but it just had a really bad smell to me, at least. I didn't like it, everyone else loved it, but just for me, I just couldn't tolerate it, so I stopped wearing it, as you can see. And this wasn't really that cheap of a fragrance, but last couple months I've been trying it out again, and all of a sudden I love it now. So I haven't been using it too much just because there's been others that have just been taking over my heart, but this one is, it's starting to have a comeback to me, and that's the interesting thing about fragrances. They change as you change, so I don't know if it was just a puberty thing, I don't know, but it came back around for me. So the notes in here are cardamom, bergamot, grapefruit, coriander, iris, and cedar. Now the next fragrance is also from Dior, and this is actually my newest purchase, and it is Dior Sauvage. Whatever. And it comes in this beautiful bottle, which is a black, like almost navy blue gradient ombre. It has the beautiful CDs on top and then the CD on bottom. It has a magnetic top to it, which I think is really cool, kind of like the Bleu de Chanel, which I think this is not a dupe. Well, it's not even a similar fragrance to it, but the packaging and everything is very similar to that. Now this one, I was obsessed with it. I loved it. You know, this one, after I got it and I started spraying it on myself, I had an issue with it. I'm still keeping it. I really do like the fragrance. So this one is probably the most macho man fragrance you've ever smelled in your life. It is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm probably going out on a limb on here, but for people in America, and I don't know if they sell this product worldwide, but this smells exactly like Old Spice to me. I think this is just a bougie version of Old Spice. Just that stereotypical man smell I smell in this. Now, when I want to feel like a macho man, I would definitely wear this. This probably isn't going to be something I wear all the time, but I definitely feel like it's a good fragrance for me to have because I don't have anything else like this. So the notes in here are bergamot, ambroxan, geranium, pepper, lavender, vetiver, and patchouli. So it has a lot of the same notes I like in everything, but I don't know what's making it smell like that to me, but we'll see. Maybe as I keep on wearing it, it'll change and it'll develop differently on me. I will say this lasts forever on my skin, so I'm not mad about that. I'm actually really happy. I like staying power. So yeah, that is my Dior Sauvage. Alright, the next one I have is my second to newest fragrance, as you guys will know, and I don't know if I've done a review on this yet, depending on when these videos come out, and it's Tom Ford Tuscan Leather, the body spray. Now this fragrance, I really love it. I bought this because I was too afraid to buy the real big, the 1.7 fluid ounces for $200. I didn't know how much I would really enjoy the fragrance. Now I have tons of samples of this and several other fragrances from the Tom Ford collection, but I really wanted to just try it out and see if this would be a good dupe. It works. It doesn't last forever like one of the Tom Ford fragrances at least do on me, but it is a very good alternative if you want to dip your toes into Tom Ford fragrance. I love the scent. I am obsessed with the scent. I want it to be like doused in this at every single second of the day. So the notes for here are saffron, raspberry, thyme, what is that? Olivium, I don't know, I'm sorry, jasmine, suede, and amberwood. So it is definitely an excellent fragrance. I would recommend this 100%, especially to you leather and Louis Vuitton and Chanel and luxury lovers who love that fresh bag smell. This is a really good like cologne version of it. It doesn't smell like you just wiped yourself with a new Louis Vuitton bag, but it has those notes, and it also just has really greatness to it. So that's time for Tuscan Leather. Alright, I'm coming down to the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Oops, fragrance, but 2 of them are basically together. So, the next one I have is easily another one of my all-time favorite fragrances, and it is YSL Le Homme, or so Yves Saint Laurent. It comes in this beautiful bottle. The bottle, all of my bottles are actually kind of dirty, but it has the YSL on top. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. This one is, that's probably the most wonderful, sweetest fragrance I've ever smelled. I've only had this for a few months, and it doesn't look like I've used a lot, but I've used an awful lot of this. I've worn this so many times since I've gotten it, and I've just been obsessed. The notes in here are citrus peel, ginger, basil blossom, violet leaves, vetiver, and tonka beans. This one has amazing staying power on me. This is a wonderful fragrance. I don't know if it's for everyone per se, but everyone would like it. I don't know if everyone would necessarily wear it. I always get complimented on this whenever I wear this, and on several of the fragrances I've talked about. I should have mentioned that. But it is, I don't really know how to describe it per se. It is fresh, it is sweet, it is just a perfect year-round scent, but it also can excel in the summertime. But this is easily something that you can wear definitely in the winter. I think it really lightens everything up, at least for me, when you're just used to being all bundled up and just cold and it's just a miserable time. So this is a bright of happiness in at least my life, so I would definitely recommend this. So that is YSL Le Homme. Alright, the next 2 are from Gucci. So this one is the first one from Gucci I'm going to mention is the first fragrance I ever got. I begged for this for my birthday when I was probably in 8th grade, 7th grade-ish area. Probably 7th grade. And it is Gucci by Gucci. Now this one, I wore it every day for like several years. It was just my signature scent. It was wonderful. It was awesome. But this is actually probably, what is this? The 3rd or 4th bottle of it I actually own. Or not own, that I've gone through. But now, it just, I don't really care for it. It's a good memory sake, so that's why I have it. But now when I wear it, it just develops awfully on me. It smells like that nasty, like, stuff you put in, like, a hamster's cage. Like that wood stuff. And it just smells like pee. It just doesn't develop really nice on me, so I don't wear it anymore. But it has this beautiful bottle. It just reminds me so much of my early years that I can never get rid of it. So the notes in here are... Oh, I actually couldn't find the notes in here. I checked several websites. I couldn't find them. I'm pretty sure they're right in front of my face, but I really couldn't discover them, so that's that one. The next one is my Gucci Guilty. Now, this is the 3rd bottle I've owned this, and also I would like to mention, sorry, with how much I love my Versace Euros, since I'm just remembering this as I'm going, this is actually my 3rd bottle of this too. This one is a great, I think, universal scent, where it's a little bit more on the darker side of things, darker, sweeter side, but it has a beautiful scent to it. The notes are lavender, lemon, orange flower, cedarwood, and patchouli. It is just an awesome fragrance. I think you could buy this and many people would be happy with it. I personally bought this for presents for several people I know, and they all love it. I always get complimented on this fragrance, and it is just a stunner. So that is Gucci Guilty. An honorable mention... Also, this was my 2nd fragrance, is Love and Look by Ed Hardy. This one is, this is the only bottle I've gone through because it's just such a big one. I think it is only like 3.4 fluid ounces, but I use this all the time. I actually used to use this and this together, and it would just make an awesome scent, but this is just an awesome light... It's a lighter but masculine fragrance to it. It's pretty expensive for what it is. This is definitely another one that just reminds me of being younger and just my childhood almost. So it is just a great memory. It is... I don't have the notes for this because I don't even know if they even make this anymore, so it's not that important, but I just wanted to show that. Alright, so we're down to the final 3. I'm gonna... And these are probably my 3 favorites. Correct English, but this one is Folle by yours truly, Nick. It is a custom fragrance. Now, my nose is starting to give out now, so I'm sorry, but I made this at a place in Chicago called Aroma Workshop. So if you live in the area, make sure you stop there because it's a really cool place where they have a whole bunch of different scents, and you get to develop a fragrance unique to you that is your own creation. You get to pick the bottle, you get to pick the name, you get to do so much, and it's really cool. And they even have a Groupon, so I would definitely check them out. But just from memory, this is a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. It's on the lighter side. It has a very powdery scent to it. So it is actually, in my opinion, a love child of my 2 favorite fragrances of Bleu de Chanel and this, Versace Eau Fraiche. So that's really cool and it always helps. So here's that one. And then these 2 are probably the only 2 niche-ish scents I have. It is from a place called Fragrence. It is a very famous French perfumery. I don't know how many of you actually know about them, but they have beautiful home handmade fragrances from France. I've had these for years. When I went for the first time, I got a whole bunch of them, and then when I went back to Europe the second time, I got a whole bunch more. And now that I'm going back, I'm definitely getting more, and I want to definitely add more from this brand. But the 2 fragrances I personally have are Étoile and Dominant, which Dominant is the fragrance I want to be buried in. I want to be poured in this. I want people from 6 feet above me knowing I smell like this. This is just... Both of these are unisex fragrances, but they're on the woman's side of the website, but they are marketed towards unisex. This one is more the deeper, darker... So the notes on that one are... bergamot, lemon, apple, ginger, gardenia, lily, jasmine, cedarwood, amber, and musk. And then on the dominant, so the more masculine one, it is mandarin, orange, pepper, jasmine, plum, rose, vanilla, patchouli, musk, and caramel. So both of those are very unique fragrances, and I would highly recommend that. So with that being said, my notes are finished. That's all I have for you. So I definitely have more room, and I'm looking forward to adding more. I don't have anything in mind right now, but I'm sure you all will see. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.